I know how hard it is to lose a child,
Oh, you know,
and
I can
you've
tell
lost
you.
you've lost 4.
You know,
And it's
and
just
I've
incredible.
had people ask me, how do you handle it?
Yep.
Well, I can tell you what I found out. I don't think about me. I think about the person that I read about that's worse off than I'd ever been, maybe, because there are tragic things. And the one happened right here in town that was unreal. A doctor here that has delivered several children to a lot of people here, and his wife, and they had other children. But they had a son that was, very, very prominent in college and all the kind of sports and everything. He seemed to be tops. So apparently, and I didn't ask them this, but apparently due to what he liked to be top in sports and everything, he went to some foreign island to teach whatever, whatever that they would want, I guess, in sports. And everybody kind of thinks that if something happened to him there, he either caused some trouble or else they didn't want him there, but he was there quite a while. So he called his parents to come and get him. Actually, they'd have to fly to the border where he was at. And so his mother and dad, the father is a pilot, so he did his own flying, and they went down. And they were just not too far from Manhattan when the boy opened the door on the plane and dropped out of it. And of course was killed. And it was such to me, that had to be, his mother was in the back with him and the father piloting. It had to be so terrible for them to have that, not being able to do a thing about it because he was down and gone. And so I wrote him a card, and I also wrote a letter that must have touched them very much, because I never had heard of the people before, and until I read about their accident. So they called, first of all, they're downstairs, they came with a big vase of flowers from the people that lost their son. And that kind of was unreal to me. And then the girl that I know that runs one of our officers here, she called me and wondered if I would care if the marshals came to visit me. And that would have been the mother and dad. They wanted to come and visit you. And I had never seen them, didn't know who they were from nobody. I remember they came that afternoon and they visited a couple hours. And they were delightful to visit with. And my feeling is how to handle it was like, I knew that I couldn't hardly. This is very difficult. You go through an awful lot of stress. And but as I got older, I knew that I had to do it. So now I feel for the other person. And if I know of somebody that needs somebody to talk to, I do quite a bit of that here. And I found out that everybody hurts, but everybody shows it. So it doesn't matter, you just hurt. But I know what it would, for you, with your losing the boy, and that would be very hard to forget. But we have to sometimes do that in order to be able to go ahead. Now you've got something that you're doing that is helping you, because you keep your mind busy.